A special session because we're going to be hearing from the families who've lost loved ones in terrible circumstances. The organisation I work for helps people in those situations, people who have risked life, freedom and exile rather than deny their principles. And it's a great honour to have these three ladies with us today. We are going to ask them to tell us a little bit about what happened to them and their families, and then if we have time, a few questions at the end before the closing address. So I think... Yeah. No, so firstly we're going to ask Alicia to explain why she's here, why this is important to her, and a little bit about her family situation. And there will be translation at the same time.
Buenas tardes. Bueno, antes que todo, agradecer la invitación a este tribunal que realmente para nuestra agrupación, para nuestra lucha como familiares de víctimas de la dictadura en Chile, es muy valiosa. El hermanarnos en el tema de las violaciones de derechos humanos, pero con la convicción...
Well, first of all, she wants to say thank you. Can you hear me? Is that okay? I think. Okay. Yes, first of all, thank you. She wants to say thank you, especially for the people who organized this event and those people who have been involved also in the tribunal. She feels it's important to come together in sort of brotherhood of the people who have been fighting for justice, who have been for their relatives who have been victims of in this case for the Chilean case that were politically executed during the dictatorship. Yeah.
Con la convicción que todos estamos luchando contra la impunidad que existe en nuestros países en lo que significa las violaciones a los derechos humanos o el genocidio en lugar que corresponde.
It is important that we all come with a conviction that we need to fight against the injustice, the impunity that has existed in our governments or the genocide, depending on the different contexts that we're dealing with.
Como dirigente de la agrupación de familiares ejecutados políticos, no puedo empezar sino primero entregar la solidaridad permanente que mantuvimos con el pueblo palestino en Gaza.
As representative of the association of relatives of political executed in Chile, she would like to solidarize, show the solidarity towards people in Palestine.
Y solidarizar con los familiares de México, donde existen 43 estudiantes que lo hicieron desaparecer y que aún no aparecen con vida ni hay luces donde está, por lo cual nuestro gran apoyo y solidaridad con esas familias.
She also expressed her solidarity towards all the relatives of those young people in Mexico who have been disappeared and whose destination, their place where they are, hasn't really been revealed, and that they are still fighting right now for justice. And so she shows the solidarity for them.
Yo estoy aquí como dirigente de la agrupación de derechos humanos, pero también una mujer con una familia como su hermano, su esposo, que fue asesinado, que solamente por ser militante del Partido Comunista de Chile y luchar y combatir contra la dictadura, estamos acá denunciando sus crímenes.
She comes here to represent an organization that fights for human rights, but above all, she comes as a woman representing those who died in her family, her husband, her brother, who were killed during the political dictatorship in Chile.
Esto es solamente por haber pertenecido a un trabajo del gobierno de Salvador Allende, nuestro gobierno de la Unidad Popular, que estábamos construyendo una sociedad más igualitaria para los trabajadores.
The only crime that they have committed had been to participate or to support Salvador Allende's government, which was their government, the people's government, that were trying to build a more just society.
En nuestro país hubo más de 3.500 entre personas ejecutadas y personas que la hicieron desaparecer, que a 41 años del golpe cívico-militar, a 25 años de gobierno democrático, aún no hay una voluntad real por escuchar a los familiares para investigar y hacer justicia.
In Chile, there were about more than 3,500 people who had been disappeared during the dictatorship, and it's been 40 years, more or less, since the coup d'etat and 25 years of the democratic period, and still there is a lot to do in terms of bringing justice to those who have been disappeared and whose destination still people don't know what happened to them.
Alguien me preguntaba sobre cómo hemos vivido durante tantos años. Yo quería decir que lo primero, que nosotros somos luchadores sociales. Como bien lo decía la compañera de Irán, sobreviviente, que nosotros no somos víctimas. Tenemos un compromiso político y social, por lo cual sabemos los riesgos que corremos, pero seguimos adelante porque nuestro objetivo es superior a nosotros y a nuestra familia.
Somebody was asking her, how is it to live during all these years with this experience? And she said that for her, she agrees with the last testimony of our Iranian colleague, who expressed her experience of being a victim, but more than victim, actually, they are social fighters with the commitment of bringing justice, and that the things that they have experienced, they are aware that is also part of what they are, of the fight, the struggle for what there is their conviction. So.
Para nosotros lo importante es lo que estamos construyendo, que no haya impunidad, que los victimarios sean sancionados y encarcelados.
What is important for them is that that they can make justice, that the victimizers are incarcerated, and that they are brought to give account and to give justice of those who were responsible for the disappearances.
Porque es la única forma de permitir que los crímenes no se vuelvan a repetir y dejarle a las futuras generaciones una sociedad más libre de crímenes, libre para que puedan optar y ser felices y no pasar por lo que pasamos nosotros.
Is the only way in which they can secure or make sure that this is not going to be repeated again. That future generations that they will guarantee to future generations that these crimes are not committed and that these issues are not going through impunity.
Aquí está nuestra agrupación para denunciar que a 41 años del golpe militar aún existen 800 detenidos desaparecidos que no se encuentran sus restos. Hay 1.300 causas recién abiertas porque la agrupación nuestra presentó querellas por 1.164 personas que ningún organismo del Estado había presentado querellas para investigar, llegar a la verdad y condenar a los criminales.
Her organization, it is demonstration of this tenacity that after 40 years of the coup, they continue to bring attention of the lack of clarity of what happened to all 800 people who disappeared and nobody knows anything about them, and also she mentioned that just recently, as a product of the activities of the organization, they opened the investigation of about 1,000 cases that had never investigated before, and that no government organization had paid attention to these 1,000 cases before, just because they had been pushing for that. Now they opened the investigations.
De 1.300 causas o querella, como le decimos nosotros, solamente hay detenido en una cárcel especial para ellos, los militares, 60 personas, y 177 están condenados, pero en libertad, durmiendo tranquilamente en sus casas. Eso no es justicia.
So she's saying that from 1,300 people who were disappeared, there are about 60 militaries who were condemned, who are held in prison, a prison that is almost like a hotel. And 175 have been also declared, have been convicted, but they have been left free now. So they are free living in their homes, even though they have the charges of committing crime, and they have not been held accountable. So that's something that they want to continue pushing for us, because this is not a way of making justice.
Aquí en el tribunal se ha hablado mucho cómo invisibilizan a los familiares de las violaciones de derechos humanos.
In the tribunal, they have said, they have put forward the fact of how they tend to erase all the relatives of the people who had been executed, despite the efforts that they've been doing.
Que ellos quieren una reconciliación con los victimarios cuando nadie ha pedido perdón, cuando nadie se ha arrepentido de los crímenes, y sin embargo quieren que nosotros pensemos en el bien del país y demos vuelta a la hoja.
So the authorities have tried to enforce reconciliation between the relatives of the executed and the victimizers, but nobody has asked for forgiveness. Nobody has recognized or acknowledged what had happened, the atrocities that were committed towards them and their relatives. And nevertheless, they want them to stop their activities with the argument that they should be thinking for the good of the community and the peace of the society, whereas it is them who haven't really asked for forgiveness.
Nosotros el jueves, que 30 de octubre, por una larga lucha de las agrupaciones, conmemoramos el Día del Ejecutado y Ejecutada Política, porque hubo una caravana de la muerte al mando de un militar arellano Star.
In the 30th of October, they have declared the day of the politically executed, because there was what the Caravana de la Muerte is, like a death caravan,
que fue del norte al sur de Chile, sacando prisioneros políticos y asesinándolos. Entonces, este mes de octubre es de Iquique hasta Cauquenes del Sur, se asesinó a chilenos, prisioneros políticos, y no entregaron sus cuerpos. Por lo tanto, por eso octubre, el mes conmemoración de todos los ejecutados, desde Salvador Allende, Víctor Jara y el trabajador y el campesino de nuestro país.
In this day, on the 30th of October, there was this caravan of the dead. What happened was that from the north to the south of Chile, they went bringing out all the political prisoners and executing them. And their bodies were disappeared. So that's why this day was taken as the day of the politically executed, in order to bring memory of those who have been killed during the dictatorship, from Salvador Allende to all those fighters that existed.
Para nosotros, nuestra fortaleza nuestra lucha por años es porque nosotros no conmemoramos la muerte de nuestros familiares. Recordamos y conmemoramos su vida, su legado, su alegría. Todo lo que significó la lucha que se dio tanto en el gobierno de Allende como la resistencia en tiempo de dictadura, esa es nuestra fuerza, el legado de amor, de compromiso, de su vida. No asociamos a su muerte su recuerdo.
Their strength, their struggle is to bring the memory of their relatives in their lives, in their contribution, what they've done, not as much as their death. They want to bring the memory of their lives and what they did for that. And the death is just a memory that they hold. They want to celebrate their lives.
Yo creo que me voy a quedar acá para no pasarme del tiempo, para que me hagan preguntas, pero lo que quiero agradecer. Yo hoy día, mañana me voy a Chile con más conocimiento, con más hermandad, con más cariño de esta lucha que damos en distintas partes del mundo y que somos uno solo. Por lo tanto, me voy, no en estatura, pero me voy más grande aquí.
So she wants before she wants to stop, so she has the time for time limitations, but above all she wants to say thank you for sharing this experience. She's very happy that to realize that we are a brotherhood of people fighting for justice, and that she goes she goes bigger, like grown, not in stature size, but from the heart. So it's very encouraging for her to be present here and to hear all your testimonies.
Gracias.
Thank you very much, Alicia. We now have two ladies from Iran who are going to talk to us, and Hamid is going to translate for both of them. I think perhaps we go first to Mersedeh.
Okay. با سلام به همه شما و خسته نباشید میگم بر این مدت 2 روزی که اینجا بودین در ابتدا.
First, I greet all of you here for being and I hope you are not tired after 2 days of being here.
این وجود همین سمینار نشون میده که از کشورهای متفاوت ما اینجا نشستیم برای امر دادخواهی. یا در یه چیزی مشترکیم که میخوایم تو کشورهایی که از اونجا اومدیم عدالت برقرار بشه.
This seminar proves that we are all here from different countries to seek justice and we all hope to have justice prevail in all our countries.
من در ابتدا به عنوان یک اکتیو سیاسی که یکی از عرصه‌های فعالیت من دادخواهیه، بعد به عنوان یک زندانی سیاسی سابق رژیم و به عنوان یکی از خانواده‌هایی که 3 نفر از عزیزاشو از دست داده دارم باهاتون صحبت میکنم.
I talk here as a political activist first and then as someone who has suffered the regime's tyrannies and also as a relative of the victim of Iran.
من واقعا آرزوم این بود که یکی از مادران خاوران اینجا به جای ما اینجا نشسته بود و سختی هایی که رنج هایی رو که در این دوران بهش تحمیل شد از نزدیک با شما در میون میذاشت. ولی من امروز میخوام به نمایندگی میتونم از مادر خودم، یکی از مادران خاوران که از سال 61 و تا به امروز کارش رفتن به خاورانه و برای کشف حقایق.
I wish there would have been one of Khavaran mothers in our place here and would have told you as to the tolls and sufferings that they have had over this long period. But I speak on behalf of my own mother, who has suffered this. She's one of Khavaran mothers, and she had suffered from these massacres, and she's been going to Khavaran every opportunity and feeling all the problems.
من میخوام اینجا از خاوران صحبت کنم به دلیل اینکه خاوران از سال 61 به وجود اومد، بعد از اینکه انقلاب ایران رو سرکوب کردن و باید جایی را برای بیخدایان انتخاب میکردن، کسانی که اعتقاد جمهوری اسلامی رو نداشتن و در مقابلش وایستادن، و اینجا بود که سال 61 خاوران تشکیل شد.
I wanted to talk about Khavaran, that it was established as a common graveyard back in 1982 after the suppression of the revolution of people of Iran.
و در ادامه همین کشتار سال 61 و انقلابیون که اعدام کردن، در ادامه اون سال 67 بود و همچنان الان خاوران مرکز دادخواهی مونده.
The massacre of political prisoners in fact started from 1982 and it continued to 1988, and Khavaran has always been a center for justice-seeking people.
چرا من از خاوران و خاوران‌ها اینجا باید بگم؟ چون خاوران‌ها در ایران نمایندگی میکنه مسئله دادخواهی در ایران که به نظر من الان در ایران یکی از جنبش‌هایی هستش که مردم دارن براش مبارزه میکنن، برای این سوال همیشگی رو دارن که چرا به چه دلیل فرزندانشون رو کشتن.
The reason I talk of Khavaran, and in fact Khavarans all over the country, is because Khavarans had been the center for movement of justice-seeking people, and it's one of the strongest movements in Iran. People are continuing to ask why their loved ones had been massacred by the regime in this fashion.
خاوران تهران گورهای دست جمعی داره، گورهای تکی داره. خاوران تهران خیلی از مادران بچه‌های خودشونو از لباساشون تشخیص دادن و با دست خودشون دوباره خاک روشون ریختن.
Tehran's Khavaran has individual graves and mass graves, and many of the mothers had discovered the bodies of their loved one by recognizing the clothes that they were wearing, and they had reburied them there with their own hands.
و همچنان با تمام ضرب و شتمی که مادران کردن، دستگیر کردن، شکنجه کردن و اجازه ورود به اینها رو به این مکانها ندادن، ولی تا به امروز مادران همچنان در مقابل تمام فشارهایی که جمهوری اسلامی بهشون آورده، همچنان قرارشون در جمعه ها بر سر مزار فرزندانشون هست.
Notwithstanding of all the tortures and misbehaving that the government had done, they have beaten them up when they were gathering at Khavaran, and they had created a lot of problem and closed the area to Madaran, but they have continued to go there every Friday and continue to keep this alive.
مادر من یک فرزندش در خاورانه و 2 تا از فرزندان دیگش در بهشت زهرا. فیلمی که دیروز دیدین قطعه صد و قطعهایی هستش که بی‌نام نشان وجود داره. مادر من یک نمونه از هزاران مادرانی هستش که در اون کشور دنبال جسد فرزندانشون میگردن.
My mother has 1 child buried in Khavaran and 2 children buried in Behesh Sahra, plot number 100, which was shown yesterday on the film. She's one of the mothers who continues to ask for the identity and place of burial of her children.
و در همین رابطه میخوام بگم مادران در مورد دادخواهی و ایران تریبونال، واقعاً دادگاهی سران حکومتی مسئله مادران و به خصوص مادران خاوران هستش.
And I would like to restate that Iran Tribunal and the process is a direction that Khavaran mothers had taken for the justice-seeking approach.
صحنه‌هایی که دیروز شما یک در کوچه بخش کوچکیش تو فیلم دیدین که دارن دادگاه‌های ایران تریبونال رو از ماهواره تعقیب میکنن، باید به جرئت بگم تمام مادران خوشحال بودن که ما بالاخره تونستیم. به نظر من با اینکه جمهوری اسلامی در قدرت بود ما اینا رو به پای میز محاکمه کشوندیم.
You saw yesterday in the film that the process of Iran Tribunal was streamlined over the internet, and that is what was watched in Iran, and the mothers were very happy that we have taken the initiative of bringing Islamic Republic to the court.
به نظر من همین دادگاه‌های ایران تریبونال به عنوان یک جنبش دادخواهی نشون داد در جامعه ما، این بحث رو باز کرد که دادخواهی امرمونه و در کنار هم بودن و ما امر مشترکمونه، میتونیم به اون چیزی که میخوایم برسیم، به خصوص در امر دادخواهی.
The process of Iran Tribunal proved that we are progressing the justice seeking movement, and this is what we would like to continue.
من فقط چون زیاد وقت نمیگیرم فقط یه نکته رو میخوام بگم. این 2 روز در این سمیناری که اینجا شد از زاویه آکادمیکی، حقوقی، زوایای مختلف بررسی شد، ولی از نظر من که یک اکتیو سیاسی هستم، از نظر من که یک شاکی جمهوری اسلامی هستم، به این باور هستم که ما تا زمانی که جمهوری اسلامی در قدرت ما نمیتونیم دادگاهی در ایران برگزار کنیم. فقط با رفتن جمهوری اسلامی ما میتونیم این دادگاه ها رو در اون کشور برگزار کنیم.
As a political activist, I have watched the process of the last 2 days, and it is my firm belief that although this issue was looked at different angles from the academic and experimental side of it, but I think that the only way we can really establish a proper court and try these people is when the Islamic Republic has vacated its power and we can go back to that country.
این فقط بحث این که این سمینارها تجربیاتی که کشورهای متفاوتی دارن تو این شرایط، تو این قرن باز هم میبینیم یه درد مشترک وجود داره و همچنان دارن در اقصا نقاط دنیا کشتار میکنن، از جمله در ایران. همزمان که ما این سمینار رو داریم برگزار میکنیم و مسئله دادخواهی رو داریم مطرح میکنیم، در هفته همچنان 10 نفر و 15 نفر رو در ایران دارن تیرباران میکنن.
The purpose of this seminar is to bring together the experiences of various countries, but that does not stop the despotic regimes to continue attacking their own people. Last week, while this was going on, some 10 people were executed in Iran.
و این مسئله ایران تریبونال، این که ما با این مدرکی که داریم، این خودش یک تجربه بود به نظر من برای جنبش دادخواهی که وجود داره. ما تونستیم یک مدرکی بگیریم برای جنایتی که جمهوری اسلامی فقط به 1 دهه، ما شاهدان این دوره فقط 1 دهه از جنایت جمهوری اسلامی رو گفتیم. نسل‌هایی که بعد از ما الان دارن تو ایران هستن و شهادت اونها خیلی مهمه. ما باید نسل‌های بعدی رو به دنبال دادخواهی که ما داریم هم در کنار خودمون بیاریم و بتونیم امر دادخواهیمون رو گسترش بدیم.
We have documented the atrocities of the regime, but only for 1 decade, and it should be our effort to try to make this for the other decades and for the next generations to continue with this justice-seeking approach.
با تشکر از اینکه پای صحبت ما نشستین و خیلی خوشحالم که در کنار مادران هستم و تونستم بخشی کوچکی از اتفاقاتی که داره در جامعه ایران میفته براتون. به نظرم یک بخش خیلی کوچیکی از اون جنایتایی که در ایران اتفاق افتاده، من و مادر اسمت بخش خیلی کوچیک اون جنایت هستیم. با تشکر.
Let me translate the last sentences. I thank you all for this, for listening to me. I just want to say that me and Mother Esamat are only a small portion of the crimes that have been committed by the Islamic Republic.
Thank you, Mersedeh. we're going to hear again now from another family member from Iran who tragically lost 11 members of her family. And Mother Esamat has spoken many times about this, and we're very grateful for all of the speakers here today. So perhaps, Hamid, you could ask Mother Esamat how important it is for her to be here with us at the Iran Tribunal.
ممکنه بگیم چه حضورتون در اینجا براتون چه اهمیتی داره؟
من اول میخوام از همه تشکر کنم که واقعا دور هم جمع شدن که به حرف من گوش بکنن.
I first like to thank you all for having gathered here to listen to my words.
من 2 سال تو خونه‌های مخفی بودم. روز 7 تیر سال 60 به خونه ما حمله کردن، خونه ما گرفتن. خود جمهوری اسلامی تو 12 تا روزنامه‌اش نوشت که 25,000 تا تو خونه ما ریختن. خونه من گرفتن.
For 2 years I was in hiding. On 7th of Tir, which would be June of 1981, they attacked our house, and even in the papers of Islamic Republic was reported that some 25,000 people were involved in that attack.
همون روز اصلا همسر من گم شد. تا الان من نمیدونم چه بر سرش اومد.
On that day my husband disappeared, and until up to this date I don't know what happened to him.
اون روز 8 نفر رو در خونه ما کشته بودن، تکه تکه کرده بودن، با کاتر گوشت جونشون بریده بودن.
They killed 8 people just in front of our house. They had butchered them into pieces.
همسایه به ما کمک کرد. ما چند نفرمون 3 نفر از خونه فرار داد.
My neighbor helped us, and 3 of us managed to get away from them.
من از 7 تیر آواره هستم. 2 سال کردستان زندگی کردم. 2 سال تو خونه‌های مخفی تو ایران زندگی کردم. 6 سال تو عراق زندگی کردم. بعدا اومدن تو سوئد دارن زندگی میکنن.
I have lived 2 years in Kurdistan. I have been a refugee from 1981. I have been 2 years in Kurdistan, then 2 years I was in hiding in other people's houses. Then eventually I have managed to come to Sweden, where I lived there.
ما از دست این حکومتی که اسم خوبی الان پیدا کرده، داعش، که از همون روزی که اومد تو ایران واقعا داعش بود. یعنی با هیچ کشوری نمیشه قابل مقایسه حسابش بکنی.
I want to refer to this government that has taken over our country as Daesh, which is the Arabic word for ISIS. From the day they came, that name was applicable to them, and you cannot compare that to any other regime.
8 نفر از خانواده من کشت. 3 تا برادرم، 2 تا دخترم، 2 تا دامادم، غلام خوشبویی کرامت چنگیزی. کرامت چنگیزی استاد دانشگاه بود. از تو دانشگاه گرفتن بردن کشتنش.
They killed 8 members of my family, 3 of my brothers, 3 of my children, and 2 of my son-in-laws. And one of them was Keramat Changizi, who was a professor of university.
خواهرزاده من جواد رحمانی بچه 11 ساله بردن کشتن.
My nephew Jawad Rahmani was 11 years old when they killed him.
خواهر من یه دونه بچه داشت.
My sister had only 1 child.
من آرزو دارم 35 سال 36 ساله این رژیم دارم عمر میکنه. آرزو دارم یک بار با خواهر و تلفنی صحبت کنم. تا حالا نتونستم.
It's my wish to speak to my sister over the last 35 years, but not even once I have been able to do so.
خیلی متاسفم که ایرانیایی که اومدن خارج کشور درس خوندن تحصیل کردن رو خون بچه های ما پا گذاشتن اومدن اینجا. میگن بگذارین از سال 60. آخه شما باید به من فکر کنیم این خونه و زندگی چه شد.
I'm surprised that some of the Iranians who have come out of the country and have been educated here tell me that I should forgive and forget. How can I do that?
من از کشور خارجی که پشت ایرانن نمیذارن بیفته توقعی ندارم، اما از ایرانیا توقع دارم.
I don't expect much from the foreign governments who support this regime, but I would expect my compatriots to be more supportive.
هزار تو این 2 سالی که من تو خونه‌های مخفی بودم جوون از جلو من رفت که ای کاش اسمشون میدونستن که بگن، رفتن و بر نگشتن، همه جمهوری اسلامی قتل عامشون کرد.
While I was in hiding, thousands of people who I met just disappeared and were executed by the regime. I even don't know their name.
یک روز یادمه که 19 تا جوون از جلو من را روز 27 ماه رمضان بود. 27 واقعا آتیش گرفته بودم میسوختم، هیچ که نبود جوابم بده، فقط باید در خونه رو خودم میبستم.
I remember on one day, it was month of Ramadan, 19 people were executed at that time. And the only thing I could do is just to lock the door.
برام عجیبه که چطور زنده هستم واقعا. خود من برای خودم خیلی عجیبه. برای همین دلم میخواد تا تو آسمونایم برن داد بزنن بگن جمهوری اسلامی با ما چی کار کرد.
I'm really surprised that I'm still alive, but the only thing I want to do is to go and shout everywhere that what has been done to me by the Islamic Republic.
دلم میخواد پدر و مادر رو اینجا بودن بگن بچه همون کی بودن که جمهوری اسلامی کشته.
I wanted my parents to be here to say who were the children that the Islamic Republic had murdered.
برادر من میتونست یک کشوری اداره کنه. محمود همه میشناسنش که کی بود، چی توزیر شکنجه کشتنش.
My brother could run a country and they killed him under torture.
دامادم استاد دانشگاه بود، آمریکا تحصیل کرده بود.
My son-in-law was educated in the United States and was the professor of university.
آسون نیست، فقط میتونم تعریف کنم، با زبون و حرف بزنم. کسی نمیدونه به من چی میگذره. من شب تا صبح واقعا ده شب یه شب نمیتونم بخوابم.
It's not easy, I can talk about it, but I don't have even sleep one in 10 nights.
از همه مادرها میخوام همیشه که صدای من ببینین، من به خاطر مادرها دوست دارین ایران گیر انداختن دور گردمون که بیاین با من همراه باشین تا صدامو بلند کنید، دادخواهی کنید عزیزمون چه شدن.
I just call on all the mothers to join me and asking for justice to be brought back in Iran.
مادری میشناسن که 5 تا بچهش کشتن، رفتن بهش گفتن بیا تا با من بری، میگن 2 تا بچه تو ایران میترسن اونایا میکشن.
I know a mother they have murdered 5 of her children. I asked her to come and join me, but she said they have 2 more children that are in Iran and I'm afraid if I do that they will kill them as well.
مادری میشناسن که 2 تا پسرش رفته نیومده، میگن دنبال بچه هاش نرفته، میگن چرا نرفتی؟ میگه او 2 تایی دیگه که دارم میکشن جرأت نکردن برن دنبالشون.
I know a mother that has lost 2 sons but she refuses to go and follow and find their bodies or whatever it is because she's afraid that the other 2 children that she has will also be executed.
من تو ایران قبر دارم، برای اینکه پدر و مادر من اذیت بکنن میرن جسد میدن یا جسد سوخته میدن. پدرم میگن بیا 6000 تومان بده پول تیر بده قبر برای من پدر و مادرم درست کردن. من زنده بودم میرن تو شهرمون تو جهرم من قبر دارم.
I have a grave in Iran, but they have asked my parents to pay 6,000 a month as a bullet price, and gave a body instead of my body to be buried there. So, although while I'm alive, there is a body buried in my grave in Japan.
اینقدر جوون دیدم. من تو کردستان بودم، یک دهی کردستان 560 نفر انسان داشت. جمهوری اسلامی بمباران کرده بود، یک دونه زن جون در برده بود، یک دونه زن.
I was in Kurdistan and there was a village that had 560 residents, but after bombing the Iranian government, only one woman was left. Everyone else died.
وقتی که میگن جمهوری اسلامی، با هیچ کشوری نمیشه مقایسه کنی، با هیچ کشوری نمیشه مقایسه کنی. فقط آدم کشی، فقط اونایی که واقعا بچه‌های مردم کشتن هنوزم هستنشون، هنوزم دارن زندگی میکنن، به خوبی دارن زندگی میکنن. اما به ما میگن که بگذارین سال 60.
Those who are in power still have a wonderful life there, but they are asking me to forget the events of 1980s.
وقتی که برادر من کشتن، من توی خونه بودم که به من گفته بودن اینا نفهمن که تو کی هستی. ما تو خونه بودیم، اومدن گفتن که صاحب خونه نمیدونست که محمود برادر منه، که اومد گفت که من امروز محمود کشتم، زیر شکنجه کشته شد. یه بچه 5 ساله من داشتم، همراهم بود، دخترم خوابیده بود، به بالش دندون میگیره، سر تا پای بدنم خوش شده و نمیتونستن حرف بزنن، نمیدونستن چه بگن، نمیتونستن بگن برادر منه که تو خبر آوردی که برادر من کشته شد. یه دقیقه شما خودتون بزنید جای من، ببینید اون لحظه من چه کشیدم.
When I was in hiding, I had to hide also my identity. And then somebody brought the news that my brother has been murdered under torture, and I could not even react to that because otherwise they would have found out that my identity, and just imagine what sort of torture I had to go through.
بالاخره نمیدونم چی میشه. تا جمهوری اسلامی هم به نظر من هیچ کاری نمیشه کرد، اما بازم خوشحالم که واقعا جمعی تلاش کردن. از همه تشکر میکنم واقعا که ما تونستیم بیاییم اقلا از این دل سوختمون یه چیزی بگیم که بگیم چه بر روزگار ما آوردن.
I don't know what will happen, but I know as long as Islamic Republic is in power, nothing will change. I'm grateful to all those who have helped in the Iran Tribunal, and at least it was an occasion for us to express what has been going on in this burnt heart.
Most important things about the Iran Tribunal was giving a voice to the families, and we want to give them a bit more time with you, but we're just going to pause for a moment to have some closing remarks from Sir Geoffrey Nice, and then we have a little bit more time after that where if we have any questions and we can talk a little bit more to the families. Thank you very much.